Hey YouTube, how y'all doing out there? I have had some interesting questions about locks, right? And maintenance. You know, I've had locks since 1989 and I cut them off during my Saturn return, which is sacrificial, right? It was just time in my life, and it's a whole story. But I wanted my locks back, so I did keep them. I have bags of hair, right? This is one right here. I have my locks for all the way down past my waist, and I kept them. So I wanted to reattach them. And it was a journey to learn how to reattach because I wasn't going to pay anybody the money that they wanted. My hair's too thick, and every time they looked at me, they said the minimum was $500. I said, that doesn't even make any sense. So I said I was going to reattach my locks myself. But it has been, the process of doing it was a little, it worked, but then it didn't work because sometimes my locks would come apart and they would fall off, the ones I reattached, right? Now you can see where the growth is now, but you can see where they were reattached, right? My hair is ombre. So you can see the reattachment. So sometimes they would come off and I would reconnect them. Now, I was like, what can I do to keep them from not coming off again? And I was talking to someone and I said, I wonder if they got any kind of hair glue. She says, that's not going to work, right? So I thought about things and it finally came to me. And I was using filler hair, right? And it worked to use my own hair. And I would just take some locks that I have and I would loosen them up, because I got lots of hair. And if you don't have it, you can cut off a piece, right? And then just use filler hair, right? And this was the filler hair. Just pulling it off and making it, into a little bundle of hair. And that's what I did. So putting it on, I would find the one that came off. I only have it I only have my locks on part of my hair because I didn't want to do my whole head, right? So finding the one that came off, which is this one, right? And then reattaching it. So you take the end like so, and you fray it out, right? With your hook, which is really easy. You just fray it out. And I would say, make your judgment on how. I like to do it as much as I can so I can get some good hair there, right? But it just wasn't lasting. As you can see, this fell off. So I just started this technique like 2 weeks ago. And the hair is so much stronger. And the ones that I have reattached with it, see, you just take the lock and you fray it out again, right? So I take those two pieces and I put them together just like that. I wrap it around, and then you just use the crochet hook, right, to just pull it through and get it in there. And that's a real simple and easy part. It's just to get it in there, right? Get some in there so it can hold. As you can see, it's holding, right? So that part was pretty easy and I was doing it. But that piece, see the piece there in the middle, that was where it wasn't catching. So that's when I put this filler hair here, right? I put the filler here right on that little piece and I just add that to it, see? I just added that filler here there. I didn't have to add any filler here to the ends of it. I needed like a glue. Like the filler here is the glue. Like you have, you're putting something back together. This is going all the way up. And then that filler here is the glue, see? So that glue that is holding it together, see? So that piece right there in the middle is where I spend that time on keeping that lock together. So I have done that with my locks, and now they're stronger. See that piece here? It strengthened it. So you take the filler here and you put it together and use the crochet. You know, you can spend like, you know, usually like 5 minutes or so. And that piece in the middle there, see? That's the piece that always came back out. Now, that piece doesn't come back out because it is locked. And you go down and pull those hairs. I like to have it a little longer so I can pull those hairs in there, and that does strengthen it some more. But see that piece here? And if you find that it still isn't thick enough, then you can take some more of this filler here and put it there. See? And that's the trick I've learned with now my locks. They're not coming out anymore. They're much stronger. I don't know why over time they were just unraveling, and it's probably the weight, you know, and stuff like that they were coming loose, and I would reattach them, but they just would not stay. So now with this filler here, see, it's like there's no, see, it's a seamless all the way through, where before I can't feel where that right, see? So use the filler here to put your lock in, right? Just take a little bit, and if you have your lock comes out, you don't have any filler here, just take this, see how that does, and you just pull this out and use that as the filler here. See how it comes out? See how the hair comes out? And that's the filler here that you pull out of this, and you keep pulling enough to have that filler here. So that's what happened to me now, and my locks, you can look at the differences of, because you can see my hair, it's ombre, right? The colors, and now it's like, oh, okay, the strength of them are so much better, right? This one I have to do, I'm doing all of them, and this one I have to do, see right here is where it gets light. So this is where I had put them on, and this is where, see, it starts, I don't know if it's the weight of it or something, but it starts to get lighter. So this is where I will put the filler here and reinforce it. So this is where I'm going to reinforce this one at. So I've been going through all of them, and it's been working. So that's just a little video that somebody was asking me about on how I was reattaching, because we were talking, and I was saying that my locks are thinning, and it's, you know, it's crazy that, you know, putting them on and how they are thinning in that place where I put them on. So this one I already did the filler here, right? Already did that. So I did it here, and it strengthened it, right? So that filler here gives it that same consistency. It's like this is locked, they're all locked, but this gives it the same consistency. So there you go, YouTube. Peace.